Assalamu alaikum friends, hope you all are well. A sad mother could not bear the torture of her child, got angry with the child, cursed the child, which resulted in such a fate of the child, which everyone would be very sad and surprised to see. To know this heart-touching incident, you can watch this video of us today. Drag and watch until the very end, because today's video contains something very instructive for every Muslim brother and sister, so I request you to watch this video till the end without downloading. Today's incident is a real and true incident, according to the sources of Maulana Abdus Shakur, Rahmatullahi Alahi. After the day of Pakistan, Maulana Qari Amir Uddin Sahib narrated, Maulana said, I went to the market one day, bought the necessary things and was very busy at home. So whirling about in my head, I paid no attention to anything else. But suddenly I was forced to stop by a loud noise. I saw a protest calling me loudly. Its face was pale, licking dry lips with its tongue again and again, flesh on a worn skeletal body. Needless to say, tears are rolling down my eyes. I was going away pretending not to hear because of urgent work at home, but he shouted at me again, said, Sir, please listen to me. No time though. My heart was moved by his invitation. I thought to myself that a helpless man is calling me to say something, and I should pass away like a selfish person. This is not the moral of a Muslim. So I went to him and asked, What happened, Father? Why are you doing this? He said, Sir, I want to tell you a heart-touching story of life, and also wish for your heart-wrenching prayers. Do you have some time? Maulana Sahib said, I have many urgent work at home. I need to go now. Even so, I will not leave without hearing your life story. Tell me what you want to say. The man was very happy with my words. A faint smile rose and disappeared at the corner of his lips. He began to say, Lord, I was once very wealthy, the infinite blessings of Allah Ta'ala. I was satisfied with abundance. I had no useful lack of happiness and peace, with houses and building materials. I only lacked one thing, and that was good morals and honest character. My Lord was not deed. I was always busy in entertainment when I did what I wanted. Addiction. I used to get drunk. Most of the nights I would return home very late, and I would find everyone except my only mother, Yanani, unconscious in a deep sleep. No matter how late at night, my loving mother, never go to bed until I come, sit by the door and wait for me. When I come, tell me why you come home so late, Father. Your lateness makes me restless. I have to bear the pain of this restlessness every day. Come back home early tomorrow. I would not say anything in response to Mother's words. I would just nod my head and go to bed and lie down. Mother would insist to feed me. But most of the time I didn't feel like eating anything. The guy got a little squeamish after saying that. Then he started telling the real story. One night I was drunk with friends. I was more likely to go home that night than the other days. It was late. I never came back home so late. Mother was suffering a lot. She stayed for me until late at night. Repeatedly she opened the door and came out and looked at the road. But there was no smell of my coming. Mother's patience was gradually breaking. He got angry and said to himself, when I come home today, I will say 2 or 4 words to him. If necessary, I will raise my hands. As soon as I returned home, Amma started scolding me. Even at one point, she slapped me on the back in anger. He said, Don't you understand the pain that your mother is going through when you return home at night? Why are you giving me so much pain? Seeing my mother's anger, I was also angry, because I was drunk, so I could not stay upright after mother's slaps and scoldings. I immediately lost consciousness, took off my shoes and threw them on my mother's head without even thinking about who I was dealing with. He wept bitterly, raised his hands and cursed God. He said, "O God, you have seen the misbehavior my son has done to me. O Rahman, O Rahim, judge it." At last he pointed at me and said, "Tor sabanash hok toke pukai kak." My mother was not alive for long after this incident. She passed into the grave with a chest of sorrow. I want to ask for forgiveness from her. I could have held him by the hand and made him happy. He might have wanted that. But what a cruel irony of fate, I didn't. I never once went to my mother and told her that I am wrong. Forgive me. My mother's bad prayers were answered literally, but I never thought about the consequences. I couldn't have imagined that the result of mother's curse would be so cruel. Soon after mother left, a huge furor appeared on my side, such a big furor no one had ever seen before. I was always restless due to its severe pain. I almost stopped eating and drinking. In such a situation, no work could not be found. Sometimes the pain level increased so much that I fainted. Sometimes I screamed like a bull. In the meantime, many doctors were seen, specialists continued to treat me, but the result was absolutely zero. After a few days, large worms appeared on the wound. They are cruel to me. We have never seen such unknown insects. How many medicines were given, and how many injections were pushed? But the insects could not be killed. Not only that, with the passage of time, the number of insects is increasing day by day. Nothing could suppress them. I would tell anyone who sneaked in to see me, take whatever money you need, but you treat me well. I could not bear it anymore. My relatives tried to cure me. Allopathic, homeopathic, and including Kabiraji treatment. They did all kinds of treatment, spent lakhs of rupees, but the result was nothing. Day by day, the condition only started to deteriorate. After a few months of treatment, the doctors said that we have tried our best. Seeing no other option than to take it to London from now, I called my relatives and said, "Why only London? Take me wherever they ask me to. Sell my property with my help, but still you cured me." Then I went to London, and the treatment went on in full swing. The famous doctors there tried for many days, and they also failed. They told me that your disease is beyond treatment. We can't do anything about it. Finally, I returned to my country in desperation. When I returned to my country, my disease was 5 years old. In these 5 years, everything I had after treatment was over. Some property was taken by others. The day I reached my village, there was no one of my own to sleep me. There was no room, so, after recovering a little to walk, I had no choice but to take up a begging bag to save my life. I have been begging for a long time now. I am still not fully recovered.